Why is this not centered? Weird. Alright, well, I'll worry about that another time. Alright, so I'm back playing My Japanese Coach. And today I think I'm going to do something a little different. Because last time I was in this, I was stuck and it was on conjugation. I realized I really didn't spend a whole lot of time paying attention to it. I wrote it down, but never really gave it the time it should have had. So, what I'm going to be working on today, and maybe I'll do it all on stream, maybe not, is going back through the past lessons and writing them down in a notebook. Just went down to the, where did I get this? Rite Aid. Picked up a notebook. And yeah. So today is just a review day, so no real progress. Although anytime you're looking at it, you are practicing. Today, to start, I'm just gonna go ahead and go through katakana and hiragana really fast, or hiragana katakana. So that'll be my first step of review. Oh, right, let's go back to actual school and write the date. So today is April 29, 20. Wow. That's not right. 2023. Wow. Focus on this is really bad. Well, that's what I get for using a webcam. Alright, so hiragana first. Okay. Sa. Say so. Ta. Chi. Tsu. Te. To. After that is na. Ni. Nu. Ne. No. Ha. He. Who. He. Ho. Ma. Mi. Mu. Me. after that is ya, you, and yo. Ra, ri, ru, re, ro, wa, wo. What is woe? Woe, I think, is woe and All right. Hiragana, katakana. A, I, U, E, O. Ka, ki, ku, ke. No. I know I got that one. Ko. Sa is I think I wrote that a little bit backwards, but that gets the point across. Sa, she. No, that's not how you do those. She, su, se, so. Ta, chi, su, te, to. Na, ni, nu, nu, ne, no. That should be a little more curved on no. I could do ne better. Let's go back and redo ne. And no. Ha, he, who, he, ho. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Ya, you, yo. Ra, re, ru, re, ro. Wa. Oh no, that needs to be a little bit clearer. Wa, wo, and Okay, I am confident in this that I don't need to check up on it. All right. So, here, what did we learn back in basic words? Hello, Haruka. So these are probably things that would be good to turn into flashcards one day. So we have good, E, bad, dame, dame, yes, hai, hai, no, ie, hello, con, ni. No, it's not nearly as smiley face as that. Ni, chi, ha. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Goodbye. Sa, yo, na, ra. Oh, sayonara. Sa, yo, na, ra. This, kore, kore, that, sore, I can't help but feel like I write so wrong. Because it looks so different from what's in here. Interesting. So they just do... Huh. All right. I can mesh with that. there's a bit more to it, but simplified, it gets the message across. Sore. Thank you. Ri ga to I. Watashi. Wa ta shi. All right. Pronunciation. Go move this out of the way. I don't know if there was... okay. I'm just going to add these to basic words, even though these are... Alright, these are Japanese words that are written in Japanese. Okay. I'll just start them here. Karaoke. Karate. Anime. Manga. Ka. Ra. O. Okay. Ka. Mi. Ka. Ze. Ka. Ra. Te. Anime. Ni. Me. Man. Ga. Futon. Romaji. Tsunami. Samurai. Ninja. Fu. Tomo. Ro. Ma. Ji. Oh, because this Roma is the language, G Um, I don't know. But that's in hiragana. Interesting. I don't like that. Tsu na mi. Samurai in hiragana. Sa mu ra i. Ninja. Hiragana. Ninja. No. Ninju? Ninja. I need to make that smaller so it's more obvious. And I could clean that up a bit. Ninja. Let me see if I could do something about that. So it can't focus on both. That's pretty good there. Okay. Ninja. Numbers. Okay. Numbers. Or, what was that? Numbers is tsuji. What is that? Tres? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I could do this one. I, chi, ni, san, yon, go, roku. Oh, hey there, how do you say that? Ajax, welcome back. Today I am going through my Japanese coach, and I figured I was a little bit neglectful in how thorough I was studying. So I am going back through the entire game, and I'm going to be putting everything into this notebook. Only because it's a little bit difficult to reference things in here when I could flip through a notebook much faster. So I'm not really going to be making super progress today, but you'll get to watch me write in Japanese, I suppose, as I just review basically today. Roku. How do they want me to do 7? Oh yeah. I actually have both my Japanese coach and my Chinese coach. I mean, one of the best advantages to this, let me show you, is we go to write. There's actually a tool that lets you practice writing, which is how I actually studied all of my writing here. I think this is like the best tool that I've ever thought about, that I've come across anyway. Because I've tried learning Japanese, on words that do have kanji. Let me see if I could find a lesson that has it. But yeah, there's also some kanji lessons. Days of the week. No. Months, kana 2 pronouns. Well, stick around and you'll probably see me work on it. But the days of the week have it? I think it does. No, this is just more hiragana, katakana. It might actually be in that numbers lesson. Yeah. So this also does kanji lessons, so there's a tool for also learning your kanji as well. Kanji hasn't come up too much. I think they're more focused on just kind of basic katakana, hiragana, but yeah, so I can practice. That's not good. Yeah, so it's a very useful place to learn, even if they don't go through all the kanji right away. But yeah, I think of all the tools I've used to try to learn Japanese, this one has really gotten me the farthest, because I've been playing. I've probably gone through this 20 times now, but I just feel like I just know so much more Japanese. Yeah, the first thing I did was go through my hiragana, katakana, and yeah, aside from how neat it is, I'd say that's pretty much, I have it nailed down. So if you can manage to find a copy of my Japanese coach here, I was a little surprised by how much progress I made in this. But yeah, I've been a little too reliant on just letting the DS lessons guide me through it, so I'm taking a more traditional school approach and writing it all in a notebook. Let's see here. They want Chi-Chi. So I also know that they I know there's a My Spanish coach, but as far as Spanish goes, I think the other apps do fine only because I understand the Roman alphabet. No, not the Roman alphabet. the uh, the English alphabet. I'm so used to thinking of it as Romaji, but the English alphabet. That Spanish uses enough of it that I can make the gap. Hachi. Q. Ju. All right. Oh. Yeah, How? I guess, yeah, the ROM should be enough if you have like a drawing tablet, I guess. I don't know how that would actually work. Um, hmm. Never thought about it too much. I don't know. I've never been too. What's the word? I'm not opposed to emulators. They're just not my thing. Oh, trackpad. I guess so. Yeah, or one of those drawing tablets. I guess maybe. Yeah, probably buy a cheap trackpad or a drawing tablet or something, just so you get that motion of like writing. Because I don't. Let's see here. I mean, it's not like you're graded on how well you're writing it, so you could use a pen and paper just to see the motion. But yeah, because they do guide you. You get to see the stroke order. So let's see here. yen. 10 yen. And that's just $10. Oh. Yeah, so one of the other tools in here is the listen. I don't know if you're able to hear that here. So you can kind of hear an approximation, I guess. I don't know if that's an actual recording they had of somebody or they just asked somebody to, or it's what's text to speech. It might just be a basic text to speech that they have in Japanese in here. But yeah, even though the earlier in the lesson it was learning your numbers in hiragana, that's just how to say it, but to actually use the numbers, it's in kanji. So year 3. But yeah, I would highly recommend it. That it's gotten me far. That yeah, so just basic going through hiragana, katakana, because yeah, that was the biggest thing is just writing. Because all the other applications I've used to try to learn Japanese kind of already expect you to be able to read hiragana, katakana. And I would sometimes just look at the screen and be like, I don't know what you want me to do. So that this one kind of goes through it with you was very helpful. Oh, how in the world do I write that one? Nope. Interesting. Year 7. So that's the kanji for year. All right, cool. Yeah. I'll add that over here. Which one is it? If you happen to know. If you don't know it off the top of your head, that's okay. Oh, Japanese from 0. Yeah, that would make sense if they're like, no, you know nothing. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just kind of, what are the tools I have available to me? And I was like, oh, right, I have my 2DS. So, decided to give it a shot. Oof. Yeah. This is actually going to be very repetitive, so I'm just going to do 11. Juichi. All the way to, might as well fill this in. Ni chu. Colors. All right. Yeah, I tend to not also look at my notes, but I the last time I played this, I hit a wall where I could just not get anything because I just basically wasn't paying the most attention. I was just kind of going through it. So I was a bit neglectful. So um, let me see here. There it is. Yeah, the information I needed, I had written out onto a piece of paper, but, you know, just having everything all together in one place does go far. I've never been the best studier all through school, so I'm just kind of taking the time to force myself to do it. Shoot. And let's see here. I know all of these, but I know there's some on the next page I just can't remember. Yeah, that's a little bit also what I'm doing here. I mean, anytime you're trying to learn something, uh, like reading it aloud, reading it inside your head, just looking at it, being able to listen to it, um, yeah, it like it, it's all muscle. Memory, in a way, is also a muscle that you just need to use to get uh, to learn anything basically, and to learn it, you just have to figure out a pattern that works. And as I said, I wasn't the best studier, so I don't actually know what is the best way, but this one did get me the furthest. She ro e ku ro e. This should be aoi. Red akai. Green midori. Apple is Ringo. Paper. Kami. Oh, yeah. Brown. Chairo. Yeah. So let's see here. And chairo, kiro, orange iro, hairo, pinku. Yeah, I think chairo, kiro. Yeah, I'd say chairo, kiro, and hairo. I just had no memory of. And yeah, being able to flip through a few pages as opposed to going through every single lesson and thing in here is just gonna help speed things along for me in the long run, I'd say. No, that's not how you write that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much. That's not quite small enough. Yeah. That's one of it's hard to figure out how to write these smaller only because uh, I think that's just me not practicing Japanese, uh, not being in it every day. That for people in Japan, yeah, writing smaller characters is no problem. Kiro. Oh. Ren. G. Iro. Orange Iro. Gray. Hiro. No. Yeah, I can save that. Pinku. And color is Iro. Alright. Hat. Hat is Bushi. Boshi. Car is Kuruma. So Ijix, have you studied Japanese in the? I'm assuming you've studied Japanese in the past since you know the book, but how far do you think you were able to get? Are you able to like rate it? Are you able to watch anime without needing to, without subtitles, have conversations, stuff like that? Kyo wa nanyoubi desu ka? Oh. Yeah, I mean, one of the best ways that people say is to just use it. So that's why what was it, earlier this week I loaded up Pokemon Eevee. Oh, Mandarin and Portuguese. That's bold. Oh, so English, Italian, Portuguese, Mandarin. Wow. Okay. So Mandarin and Portuguese at the same time. That's interesting. Are you using like Duolingo for that, or how'd you go about learning those languages? Anki flashcard. Oh, so you're using multiple apps for. Okay. Yeah, just different apps use different approaches, so. Yeah, I'm basically doing the same thing with Pokemon in Japanese, just loading up a game, being like, oh, yeah, sure, whatever. Getsuyobi. Yeah, whatever gets you, just approaching the language helps. But yeah, just hmm. Yeah, I think that is probably something they could do a little bit better in this. But yeah, the biggest strength I got out of this was just the writing. Yeah, with a um, that a lot of the Japanese kanji, and even the katakana and hiragana, are adapted from Chinese. So I guess, yeah, you're kind of taking the languages more or less in order. I don't know if that's the right way to view it, but that is one way to view it anyway. Yeah, most of the European ones, or at least, uh, yeah, the European ones use roughly the same alphabet. Yeah, my only real history with learning languages was high school Spanish. That's the extent of what I know. And high school for me was 20 years ago. So, would that be 20? How old am I? Yeah, 20 years ago. Which would probably explain why I still have a 2DS. But hey, there's no better time to learn something than today, right? Even if I could have done it years ago, today is better than tomorrow. So, Kyo wa kinyobi desu. Okay, nothing, nothing too exciting in there. Ah, oh, Kana lessons. Yeah, I don't need that. Months. Yeah, there is something in months I need to learn. Even though they're mostly just numbering. Just. Ah, everybody's got. Oh wow, yeah. Whenever power goes out, I don't think. Yeah, there would be an alarm, but. So, are you? Did you get kicked to your cell phone or something? Your cell phone data? Well, don't spend too much of that just watching me kind of tune. Oh, the month is almost over, so why not? Gotta spend it somewhere. Whew. Just enough to get to the end, even though it's just. Uh, what? Getsu? Yeah, Gatsu. Yeah. What are my Japanese plans? Um, Japanese has kind of just always been one of those languages I've wanted to learn. Um, the other reason is that the used video game market in English is terrible. um, so there's a bunch of games I want to end up playing one day, but the price difference between the English and Japanese versions are like 3 or 4 times higher just to get it in English. Only because I guess they printed far less of them or whatever. Um, yeah, watching anime without needing to read the subtitles all the time. Um, there are some times when I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I understood some of that, but most of the time, uh, yeah, I'd like to know how to. Yes. Um, yeah, especially on PSP. I mean, I got that bad boy right here. So, yeah, and especially that a lot of early English dubs were terrible. So, um, if I can spare myself that in any way, uh, yeah, taking time to learn Japanese uh, go a long way. Yeah, just because, yeah, as far as reading comprehension goes, one of the things I was wondering how to do was how do I throw random hiragana and katakana at myself to get used to seeing them. And yeah, that did help so much when I was just going back to review these. And yeah, even if I don't understand what's going on, just being able to get that practice in. Just such a such a useful tool that I didn't even think I really had until I was just like, wait, Pokemon's a game for kids. It shouldn't be. They're not going to throw complicated kanji or metaphysical ideas. Uh, the game displaying in my PC when I'm streaming. Yeah, I have it on OBS, so it's right in front of me. So I can see everything that's going on my camera. Even if, webcam isn't the best, but it's the tools I got. OCR. Was that a tool? I don't have a... I had to set my keyboard aside. What is that? OCR tool. Interesting. Image, text, and PDF to document converter. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. All right. Oh. CR tool. All right. Yeah, I'll look into that further. That makes a lot of sense. That if it's able to see it, it should be able to scan it. Goroku. Yeah. Alright. Makes a lot of sense, yeah. And especially if you kind of see them in a live situation, being able to see a more organic structure of a sentence, yeah, that would go a long way. Okay. I thought I was missing something. Well, as long as everybody else kind of is just kind of accepting it, that eventually they're just gonna be like, Oh, 6 a.m. So you're in Europe right now. Ah, UK. All right. So were you planning to do a lot of traveling? Like, because you said Italian and Portuguese, right? So I imagine those languages are just a little bit more common around you than they are for me. Interesting. Right, it's just Kugatsu, not Kyugatsu. So, Ku. Hmm. Okay. Ah, yeah. Uh, yeah. Europe always just did sound like a really cool place. Just having all those different countries around you. I guess here in the States, it's kind of every state is kind of like its own country sometimes, but yeah, just having that access. So you're in the UK. So, this is early morning for you, but Sunday. I guess you kind of don't really have too much planned out for today, huh? In some cases, each state does speak its own language. Even though we all pretend it's English, but there are some places where it's like I have no idea what it is you're saying. But yeah, you over in the Europe, you guys have some countries that don't even use the same alphabet. Um, let's see here. I mean, French uses some different characters. German has all of that. You got the oh, what's the correct term for this? Not Scandinavian. I guess even in the UK you have Scotland and Wales. So even inside a country, you guys have all sorts of fun, crazy stuff going on. Wow, that was. Yeah, I remember learning in Spanish. Yeah, they just have some more characters, some less characters, some characters that we use for sounds, entirely different punctuation symbols. Uh-huh. Alright, let's go back to numbers, because they've given me some new kanji. So, kanji for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 5 was 10, 3, 7, 2, 1, 2, 3. 4 is this fun guy. Okay, so 4 interesting. 4 That is Rue for some reason. No. And 9. How did I find the kanji? Oh, there's just some words that, uh, because in Japanese, they don't use the full word for the number, they just use the kanji for the number in certain things. So, months is one of those examples where they just use the kanji instead of uh, the word, I guess. Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, I get that sometimes. Where you're just like, what am I going to do? Oh, I could. Oh, wait, no, I can't. Oh, maybe I could. No, I don't have YouTube. Oh, I could play a game. No, I can't. So, Q Gatsu. That was. Yeah, I guess. What does my laptop do when there's no internet? I think I just don't use it. um, let's see here. No, when there's no internet, I. What do I do? Yeah, I have the Switch. Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely one of those things where like the where they just basically borrowed or took them from Chinese because what is the history of it? Japan didn't have a writing system or something like that. So when people from China came over or they went to China, one of those two happened. And they're like, "Oh, China has a writing system. We'll just use that." And it, I know a lot of the katakana was just, "Oh, that sounds like the sound we make. We'll just use that." So that, I mean, that's what you were saying earlier when, like, you're studying Mandarin, hopefully to be applicable to your Japanese lessons. So yeah. Oh, I'm only missing 6 and 8. Yeah, there was a divergence, but early on, there was a time when they were basically the same thing, even though the words were different, the characters were the same. If you don't mind, do you know what 6 and 8 happen to be in Mandarin? And I'll just add them in instead of waiting for them to come in here. I could always pull out a mahjong set or something. Ah, so I don't know the actual stroke order, but thank you. Like that. Something like that. But yeah, I could always just pull out a mahjong set and pull them all from there. But thank you. That saves me trying to. Ah, that's true. I mean, this is like one of those common experiences in America. You probably have it in the UK as well, where you just kind of drive a little bit, or let's see here. I know like different parts of the UK just pronounce things differently, and you're like, I have no idea how you got that. It was the same as I was saying earlier. It's like here in California, we have some words like. No, California's a bit weird because we do have some people who say cola, soda. We don't have pop. Nobody in California really says pop, which is more Midwestern. So it's just like, oh, wait, yeah, right. There are other places that. You guys also have pop. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, close enough. As long as it looks fine, whatever. All right, pronouns. So, what is it like? Oh, one of the interesting ones is that, like pizza. Some places have just call it pie because you cook it in a large pie pan. So, yeah, just one of those things where you're just like, yeah, like, I think Chicago calls it pie. Yeah, there's a lot of places that call it pizza. Some call it pizza pie. Some just call it pie. Yeah. Yeah, pepperoni pie. Hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of it is just. I think these maybe just be like the main ones, but it's just. It's more to just identify who's being spoken about. Yeah, yeah. So, re, ra. Oh, they want that further out. All right. Boku. Watashi tachi. He, she, they. Not mask. Kare. Kanojo. Karera. Kanajotachi. Anatatachi. All right. Nope. Yeah, let's go take a look into this one. All right. All right. Sentences. Yeah, kanji is kanji still eludes me at this point. Verb. Subject, verb, object. All right. So in Japanese, it is subject, object, verb. Okay. All right. All right, so these ones are subjects. Or just. Eh. Man. Woman. Child. American. Hmm. When on the left. Hmm. On. Hmm. Oh, okay. I kind of see what you mean. Yeah, one day I'll jump into speech plus tongue. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I know of um, the the Chinese language, the written language, is that uh, what? How do I want to phrase that? I know there's like no simple way to translate them because they have so many characters for so many different sounds. Because some of them are words, some of them are not. Some of them you can only know in context. In context, they change what they mean entirely. Yeah, kanji is almost Chinese on easy mode. Yeah, that's one of those things where I heard there was like an entire Korean revolution on language to simplify it because in Korea they were just like it's too much. This is too much. Nobody understands this. So they just redid their entire written system. Yeah, that is what I heard. Yeah. So, because everybody else's language system is built on centuries, whereas Korean just redid it, and everybody in Korea was like, well, mostly everyone in Korea just kind of accepted it. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, the history of it is when the early Japanese people were looking at Chinese, they're like, yeah, as long as we get them close enough. And there's supposedly like elements of the Chinese or the Hanzi. Is that how you? I don't know Chinese, so when they're when they were converting the Hanzi over, they were just like, we don't need to do the whole thing. Yeah, because all they did was adapt the writing system. They didn't take any of the actual words. They just took some of the words, some of the sounds, and they're like, close enough. We know what it means. That's enough for us. All right. Past tense. Hmm. So so those things aren't in I guess Mandarin. You said it was you were learning. Yeah, like that verb conjugation stuff is all of this, where it's like, okay, I'm supposed to like with the Godon verbs, you're supposed to know each verb ending goes on a different chart, and there's rules as to which part of the chart you're supposed to convert it to for different things, and it's like, yeah, this was the wall I ran into in the last time I was in this game. So I ran away to Pokemon just to get a break from this, but I need to get back into it. So is there just like another word that says, "Oh, this was in the past"? Like you would say some like a literal translation would be like, "I eat in the past" to let you know you ate something. Mm. So yeah, you just put another thing that says this happened in the past then. I can see how that would be easier. You just state the time. Tomorrow I eat. Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow for lunch I eat blah blah blah. Yeah, I can see how that would be refreshing. Why did I write that? Doesn't matter. So yeah, you just state the time when it happened. Uh, well, that's the fun part of learning languages, isn't it? Just all the. Yeah, where you just don't conjugate. Yeah. Um. I'm just trying to think conjugation in English. We just have past tense. I think our plurals get wonky. Well, I don't know about British English, but at least in American English, some of them are wonky. But yeah, I remember not liking conjugation in Spanish. Or at least I think I didn't. I haven't used that stuff in forever. Oh, Dewa. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Which is one of those things where it's like, oh, what was it? I went to Mexico one time on some church housing build project thing. And when I was talking to the people there, I just didn't conjugate anything. I was just like, uh, yeah, I can't recall anything, but I just didn't conjugate any of my words. And they were just like a little confused, but they're like, all right, we can figure out what you're trying to say. We appreciate your trying. They got the point across. They, like I said, they looked a little confused at me. They're like, what are you trying to say with that? And they're like picking up on context clues of like what is going on. They're like, oh, okay, yeah. Because if I was trying to think of how to conjugate everything properly, I think I just would have given up on speaking to them in Spanish. So, yeah, just that effort, even if you're not very good at it, just goes a long way with a lot of people. Like, oh, you're actually trying. You're not just speaking to me in slow English. uh, what would I say? No. Mi español es un novia. Necesito. Uh, yeah, it basically one's a lot like that. A lot of ¿cómo se dice? And I point at something. Hmm. ¿Cómo se dice? Está por favor. Or they were like, yeah, I get it. I get it. You're trying. Hmm. Yeah, Spanish. Because you said. Yeah, you said Italian and you're studying Portuguese. So all of three of those are close, but a lot of it's not applicable to each other. Romance languages. Yeah, so. Well, I mean, you're doing two languages at the same time now, so. One day, yeah, you can hold out for Spanish. Your Italian and Portuguese will probably get you most of the way through if you go to Spain or any of the other Spanish speaking countries. Yeah, yeah, just working on one language, but yeah, because the language part of your brain is what do they say? Your first language, you learn your have your yeah. I mean, even if you do find yourself having to back out, as long as you get back into it eventually, because like you were saying, if it's 100 times quicker to do one at a time, unless there's a particular need you have for learning Portuguese and Chinese right away, um, yeah, because if it takes you 3 years to work on both at the same time versus 1 year for each, uh, I'd argue it's worth it, but I mean that's up to you. I'm not about to dictate how people should learn languages. I'm only working on number two technically, so that's not right. Mm. Ah, so you've been doing Mandarin. I see. You are stuck. Well, good luck with that. It's not impossible. Okay, just wanted to double check that one. Well, yeah. Yeah, you did tell me about Game Lang and oh, what was the language? I think he was playing Elder Scrolls or something, and he just yeah, it was very interesting, kind of watching him work through it. Like, okay, and just like he went all in. So yeah, that was interesting watching him. Ah, that's what it was. Yeah, Polish and Skyrim. And I was like, yeah, that's what it was. I was just like, well, yeah, this approach definitely. Whoa, World of Warcraft, huh? What is that? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's Pokemon. it, it, it's designed for children, so they're not gonna they're not doing anything complex. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Considering yeah, lots of early games didn't because they just like we need to get the most information out there. Yeah. Mm. All right, there's some kanji in here. Uh, what is that sentence? Yeah. Otoko. No. 男の人は男の子でした。Probably. Like, yeah, so. Yeah, reading Japanese and Chinese. They're just like, all right, that's the character for that. We'll just use it. We'll just use our word. So it's just an entirely different word, but same character. Should figure out how I want to do a section just for kanji, but oof. Man. Yeah. Mm. So they just put no in between it. Yeah. 男の人 and then next is boy 男の子 which is the same Um, let's see here. No. Yeah, it's kind of like showing, in a sense, it's kind of like using an adjective. So you have male person, and this is male child. So that's kind of the way to a way to think about it anyway. Eh, I could probably have that neater, but because what is the next one? Neko wa yeah. So you have imagine child has a big nose. Yeah, I can see that. So yeah, here they have woman, no, child. So okay. Oof. Okay. Neko? Yeah, this is cat. Mm. I should probably have those closer together, shouldn't I? Yeah, especially I mean, especially for Chinese, you got what was it? Like 10,000 or something like that. I know it's a crazy number where like the number in Chinese in Japanese just barely scratches the surface. Why did I leave? Um yeah. Really? Hmm. 3 strokes. Hmm. Possibly. Like I said before, Japanese, they were just like, close enough. That's why a lot of them, there's just a lot of little differences, but I think if you were in Japan and you wrote it in Chinese, they wouldn't tell the difference. Let's let's see here. I think I've pulled all the kanji out of this one. Let me see that. Ooh. Oh wow, there's an entirely different character. I see, I see. So in Chinese, so in Japanese it's that, but in Chinese it's 1, 2, 3, something like that. Oh, sorry, that's not on screen. So in Japanese it's, but in Chinese it's 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah. Well, this will be an interesting page to bookmark. So, thank you for that one. Even though I'm not learning Chinese at the moment, it is something on the horizon for me. And yeah, I do know that with pinyin, there's no there's no simple pinyin. It all just kind of depends. That's the extent of my knowledge in Chinese. Oh, so they were just like, kind of close enough. Would you possibly say it's not even worth learning pinyin when you're going through Chinese? Right, right. I didn't even think about that. I don't know how you're doing that. それは本です。それは本ですか? All right. Ah, this is this was one of those things that was also tripping me up. Uh, yeah, I type now. And it just kind of brings it in. Oh, okay. It's like, did you want the emoji for cat? Space is kind of like the accept button when you're typing them out. Makes sense. Huh. So is this like a program that's just on your computer, or I guess maybe your phone or something? I don't actually. No, right. You said you're on mobile. Yeah. Okay. And you just kind of added that into your phone on the keyboards or something? There's. I did not consider that. Okay. Keyboards. Let's search. Yeah. I'll find something with that. I was content just learning how to write it in write it on paper. Yeah. Yeah. I I think for me I didn't have any aspirations of oh, right. You can also add it on Windows. Yeah, I don't think I ever had any aspirations of like communicating with somebody in Japanese. It was kind of a personal thing. But yeah, that makes sense. Just it'd be a heck of a lot neater than my writing it. But true. Yes. That's right. Whenever I would do stuff like that, I would go to Google Translate, type it in, get the translation, or find like the Wikipedia page or something to get the Japanese version. But if I could just type it in Japanese, that would definitely speed up the process. ah, there's a bunch of stuff I never even thought about how to use, like using Japanese. So yeah, my aspirations were fairly low, but I mean aspirations enough to make progress in it. Yeah, so I'll look into that later. doko? Isu? Doshite? No. Doshite? Dare? Nani? Otearai. Oteari. Otearai. Otearai. Yeah. Yeah, in one of the later lessons I was stuck on in this, it was going over how you can conjugate adjectives. And I just got, I just could not understand it. And these four were the listed adjectives you can conjugate. So that's kind of what inspired me to want to just go back through it, have those words written out, have that large table just ready for me. Yoi. Yowai. Kirei na. Kirei na. I could clean that up a bit. What is that? Minikui? Yeah. Anata wa suyoi desu ka? Japanese, am I right? Yeah. Yeah. You could imagine my surprise. When it was like, you can conjugate adjectives too. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Otearai wa doko desu ka? Yeah. So. Oh, right. You actually haven't watched me play this very much, huh? Let me go ahead and show you what the games are like. I know you said you downloaded the ROM, but might as well, since you're here, see what these are like. So, multiple choice. Yeah, let's start on the simple mode. No, I don't want any of the open ones. Yeah, so I'm just going to go through all the games with you really fast just so you can get an idea of what this game is, the game part of this game is like. Airport. Oh gosh. Subject marker. Ah. Beautiful. Mon. Yeah. Misuko. Musuko. No. When you start out, these are in English. Oh, Imoto. I wish I could set it back. Oh, no, there is a setting to go back. Let me do that for you really fast. Yeah. That should do it. Yeah. Baggage claim. Sleepy. So as you go through it, my father? Oh, cheat sheet, right. As you make enough progress, as they show you enough words, they eventually are like, okay, you can go in katakana, hiragana mode. And so this one's a little bit harder, especially as you get higher up, and especially when they're all in Japanese. Oba-san? Oba-san, right. Oba-san is your grandmother. Topic marker. Okay. So yeah, there is quite a lot in this that I was not showing you because I was just kind of going through the lessons, but yeah, as you go through these help a lot. And they're just little cute games. Oh, polite. Okay. Yeah. And as you increase the difficulty, the more wrong words that show up. So right now, this is a lot easier because I can tell which is the wrong one. But when I'm playing in with the Romaji off, it's like, okay, first I need to read the words, translate them in my head. Word search is... yeah, and as you get them difficulty, but word search is pretty straightforward. You just pick the line. There's nothing too complex about that one. Fading characters. This was one of the ones that teaches you about writing. I imagine my Chinese coach has something similar in it. So you just kind of get used to writing. And on this one, they want to see how well you remember it. So first one, they kind of do with you. And then after that, you have to remember it. So yeah, this is like these types of games were like the main thing I was looking for. Just having somewhere to practice writing without using a lot of paper. Yeah. Otosan. Some of their characters, like this one, are a little bit weird because there's supposed to be 3 strokes on that when they only have 2 on this one. I should not have gotten credit for that. And these could be a little bit better because these are supposed to be like smaller characters, like the sub ones. That should not have been in full size, but oh well, do what you can. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, this is actually for Wii U. But I could not hold the stylus very long. And I figure, something designed for the Wii U touchpad screen, probably good enough for the DS. Because they're both basically the same type of touchscreen as I recall. That's wrong. They're kind of forgiving on your stroke order, but I think in the later lessons they were a lot more strict on it. And yeah, just kind of going through the motions, even though it's not representative of how I write them on paper, just to get used to that motion really helps out a lot. Because I think I've tried similar systems where they were trying to say, like, oh yeah, you could memorize them, or they want you to write it out, but I didn't want to waste paper. So when I thought about, oh wait, I have a tool that will let me do all of that. Oh, escalator. I was trying to figure out why they were throwing katakana at me. So after that one, fading characters, Write Cards is a very similar game where they give you the word learn vocab with manga. All right. I'll go ahead and put that in my save for later. But yeah, I could see that. Just anything that happens to be on your screen. So I'll just do a few of this one because Write Cards is a little different from the fading characters. So this one they want you to know you remember it. Zoo. Ba. Mm. Otto. Shojikina. Nemui and Hiragana. They want you to write it one character at a time. So it says there's 3 characters for Nemui. So first I write Ne, Mu. Mu is right. So you end up writing the whole thing together, but it's limited on space, and the DS wasn't super great. Yeah. So this was one of the main ones I was using when I was still trying to figure out my katakana and hiragana. Flashcards was very similar to multiple choice. Where they give you a word and Usuko-san, yeah. They give you a word and you have to figure out what the translation is. Chisai. Yeah, so later on, I'm only doing these in English so you get the idea. But in the with Romaji off, that also speeds up the recognition. So, let me try that one with So yeah, the difficulty I was on was, yeah. So as you go higher up, it becomes audio only, but I don't think it's that. Well, for just the example, I normally play on medium just to get some listening in as well. Ginko. Benri? Oh. So that's more or less what it usually looks like for me. Because after you get to, what was it? In the learning section, after you get past this one and you get onto the second page, they remove the Romaji from the games. Let's see here. Memory, that's a pretty straightforward one. It's just memory, except some are in Japanese, some are in English, and you gotta match them. I don't find this one as much fun, only because it's just memory. Memory in general is just a game I kind of suck at. And I don't think, for me, it gives me any advantage over over the word search. Or not the word search, but mon. Nope. Polite. So sad. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, just in general, I don't really find this one as useful. Yeah, like I said, this one isn't really one of my. I mean, it does get you to be like, okay, Shawasena. Shiawasena. Yeah, this one really isn't one of my preferred games. Bridge Builder is a fun one. It's just learning the the sentence structure. Yeah, I'm also don't think I know all of the games. Okay. No. Yeah, I thought so. So just kind of this one I think is a lot more interesting of a game. What? This is all wrong. Yep. So yeah, it's a fun set of little tools. I don't even have all of them. Spelltastic, I kind of don't think is the greatest because it's just, do you know the do you know what this how to spell this in Romaji? Oh, yeah, it is saying the word. I know. You just progress through the rest of the days. So as you go through the learning section, as you go through the lessons, you get more games. How do I find them teaching wise? That's a little hard. As far as the ones I've used the most, uh, multiple choice. Multiple choice has been good. Hit a word has been good. With word search, let me just go ahead and show you that really fast. They have the words on the side, and you have to find them in Japanese here. So it has been pretty interesting. But a lot of it is like, okay, yeah, train station, Eki. If you take too long, they show you where they are. It is interesting to be like, okay, I want to think about these words in Japanese, or just go through and be like, oh, I recognize this is taxi stand. Like father. So you can look at the top and try to go like, okay, where is your grandmother? Okay, so that's Oba-san. My grandmother is oh gosh, I cannot remember. I guess it's Sobo. Okay. um as far as how well this teaches, I don't think this game is particularly the best. Even though it I mean, anything that gets you practicing it is helpful. So that one is like, okay, you get no real clues, but you have to remember what the word is. Fading characters was definitely good with learning the hiragana, katakana, and I'm assuming kanji later on. Same with write cards, flashcards. Do I have any Japanese games on DS? No, I don't believe so. A lot of my games are just Pokemon, really. So, what do I have on DS? No, you would need a Japanese cartridge. So, aside from my Pokemon games, these are the games I have. I think I have some not in cases as well. But yeah, some more in here. So, but yeah, I don't think I actually have any games in Japanese. Yeah. A lot of those games were like ones I just kind of held on to or found copies of before they became super rare, or, you know, found a good listing for them. Yeah, going back to what I said a long time ago with you today is that the used game market in America is so terrible. I actually got a let me see here. Yeah, I actually got a PAL version of a 2DS XL because the games were just cheaper. But because the 3DS is region locked. Yeah, because the 3DS is region locked. So this is my PAL 3DS. And let me go grab some of those games out. So I think I got super lucky on this listing because, yeah, I think this guy was just unloading his 2DS. So I got these. Some of these are PAL. Yeah, he sent me a emulation thing. Not that I use it that much, but yeah, I got Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem Fates. Not just Fire Emblem Fates, the complete one. I know the game wasn't said to be the best, but yeah, this guy was just unloading his 3DS on eBay. So I was like, well, it's got the bunch of games I'm looking for. So I picked that up. It was kind of pricey, but I mean, the price per game was almost what I would be paying retail for these things. And a lot of them were games I just did not have. So, yep, I have a separate PAL version 2DS XL. And so, yeah. So that was a very lucky find long time ago. And yeah, some of them were fun. Yeah, so that's just some guy in what country? I think it might have been someone in the UK, where I just now have their collection of games. So let's back to where I was. So yeah, as you go through the lessons, they kind of throw games at you. And that's where you're supposed to practice them, but since I've progressed through this part, I'm mostly just reviewing. Numbers part 2. Do I have enough space on numbers? Maybe not. What was that? Did I add that in here? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. No. Okay. Counter. Eco. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, emulators were just kind of never my thing, even though I know there's a bunch of advantages to them. Um, I've tried them out. I understand that for like streaming purposes, it probably would be a lot better to have a cleaner image on screen. Um, but I mean, streaming really wasn't. Streaming was just kind of something I kind of thought about on a whim. Uh, so originally I was just gonna play these on my own, but I figured, why not? There's probably only like 3 other people playing. I guess playing's a technical term for my Japanese coach. And yeah, just kind of trying things out. Like got the Elgato just to be like, okay, well, could I do this? Um, could I do this consistently? I think was the biggest issue for me because I actually don't play games as much as I did when I was in high school, obviously. Almost nobody does unless you're a streamer. But I just want to have an excuse to play games, and I figure that the best excuse to play games is to do it on stream. Even if, I don't know, just kind of on a whim. So, Iko, Niko, Sanko, Yonko, Goko. Yeah. And yeah, just having like the entire space of your computer. Yeah, that is another thing. And so it's definitely an interesting start for me, I'd say. I I don't really know exactly what I'm gonna do with this, but I've kind of figure it out along the way. Yeah, and learning languages from games, because one of the things I hear a lot is people learn English from TV shows and movies, and even a lot of video games. So, and I also hear a lot of people learn Japanese from playing like old Japanese games just because it was the only way to get some of them sometimes. And yeah, just having that conversational aspect to it of like a back and forth even if you're not able to respond, but just hearing the language as it's spoken the way people who natively understand the language. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of people learn English through, I think a lot of it's also through voice chat a lot of times these days. Just like okay, um like in MMOs just kind of being able to like finding groups for going on things, fighting certain raids. Um with a lot of shooters when you're like doing your call outs, I think a lot of people do call outs in English. uh I think English sound they find English sounds a lot cooler for doing call outs even if they don't understand it. um Same for uh like I know in some of the older Call of Duty games, like okay, the the factions were like America and Russia. So a lot of people learned Russian callouts just listening to the characters in multiplayer, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that sounds cool." So there's just passively picking it up in that capacity is like, oh, if they could do that passively, yeah. So I think that I don't know like Gamelang's history, but he probably thought like, yeah, if they're able to do that passively, what can I do actively? Like trying to just immerse yourself into it. Yeah. So yeah, Counter Strike's like I know I'm not necessarily like a uh so that was interesting. Apparently the Twitch auto chat system wanted me to approve that. I don't know what that means, but I see it all the time, so I kind of don't think it means anything too terrible. I don't know if it's something political going on right now. I try not to think about that. Or maybe it was just something that was just spammed a lot in the past. I'm not too sure. Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah. Yeah, swear words are like one of the first ones that people. Hmm. Like the player characters or other players? Oh, so Yeah, I can imagine that. Just they're technically local for you. So, so you just hear it all the time. Hachiko, Kyuko, Juko. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. Chairs, apples. Hmm. Uh, okay, so this one, yeah. Soji 100. Let's go ahead and add 100. Hyaku. All right. Hyaku. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. More katakana. Greetings. Genki desu ka? Okay. So these are just common things you can say, like the basic conversation. Hmm. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I kind of feel like even in English, that's kind of an empty question. Because every, at least from my experience in English, even, It's like, oh, how are you? Like, this is basically the script. Like, nobody's actually interested in how you were doing. But yeah, I could see like, oh, have you like what did you eat recently is like, okay, that's at least a more interesting personal question than how are you? Yeah. Yeah, Genki is energetic, whereas it's kind of like a. I can see how it's like, oh yeah, yeah, because Genki is energetic or high energy. It's like how is your energy level today? Is roughly the same empty question. Ma. Do tashimashite. Yeah, I think that is what I'll eventually be doing with these, switching these into flashcards. Uh, it's just buying flashcards, even though they're not expensive, is always such a chore. And I think the game's flashcards and multiple choice do a good enough job of that, where, um, yeah, I think this does get that job done most of the like good enough, even if it's not the best, and that I'm able to, you know, switch in. Oh, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, and just having them on the DS just ready to go, basically pre-made flashcards. Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be terrible. I'm so glad this thing does that most of that work for me. Yeah, people tend to just have books with those things. Just like I can't imagine how it's done in China. But, I mean, it works. They know it, so that's the important part. Yeah, that would be a terrible flashcard deck. Wow, that was bad. I've been at this for 3 hours. just just recapping all of these lessons I should have done in the first place. All right. The next lesson is, at some point, making those was somebody's job. I hope they did not work on that alone and they split it up across multiple people. Oh boy. They did. Yeah, well, if that's what you gotta do. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of the hope with human history. It's supposed to get easier, right? So, yeah, you just kind of figure that out by context. Ikimasu. Mimasu. Okay. Yeah, this is the one where gotta pay attention. Alright. Particle. Yeah. Object wo. Yeah. Right after the word that is the direct object of the verb. Okay. And Johnny ate the sushi. The sushi is the object. Okay. Okay. Terakami-san wa sushi wo tabemashita. Ueno-san wa hon wo yomimasu. Okay. Yeah, I'll do these. So this is Terakami-san. No, that's not it. Son. Okay. The next one is oh, only because these are like the subject markers. So the point of this lesson is recognizing like, okay, what is the subject, what is the object, and what is the verb being conjugated. So yeah, wa is the subject marker. So this lets you know this is the subject of the sentence. Wo lets you know this is the object of the sentence, and the verb is telling you what is happening. So this one is Teramaki-san ate sushi. So it's just that's the basic Japanese sentence structure. So this one here is Ueno-san wa hon wo, what is that? Yomimasu. So Ueno-san wa subject, hon wo The book is the object. Yomimasu. Yomi. Uh, what is the verb? I think it's just yon or something like that. So, and reading. So Ueno-san read, or yeah, read reads a book. Will read a book. So otherwise, the sentence is just that, with roughly 0 spaces in between words to tell them apart. So, yeah, here that's. And yeah, they just tell you what is the structure of the sentence. So yeah, as a learning guide, it's helpful, but that's not what you would do in an actual when actually reading. Ah, yomu. Yomu is read. So we got eat, read, read, meet, write, hurry. You can figure it out. Yeah. We don't need spaces. We're only writing horizontally because all the Westerners asked us to. And yet, I think spaces is one of those things that came about because, yeah, it was helpful in written language. So if all of our sentences were just a long string of like a long string of letters, uh, we just use spaces to help break things apart. So yeah, add clarity. Yeah, basically. See that? Yeah. Well, also at the time, like 5 people had to know how to read, so. As long as they knew what was going on, it was good enough. Yeah, also for clarity. Because, yeah, it was. And they used the large letters for the start of, I guess, pages. I thought it was sentences. That was the only way they broke it up, but uh, according to the thing you sent me, it's just the page. past tense, negative, and negative past tense. All right. So this is masen. What was this? Masen deshita. Yeah. Oh, informal verbs. So much. All right, they didn't actually do too much with this. This can actually go over here. So we got tense ends with u. Informal past tense with ta. The word iku is conjugated below. Iku. Oh no, this is the correct conjugation. Informal future tense ends with u. So present and future. Informal past tense ends with ta. Okay. What is that? Teramaki-san wa sushi wo tabemashita. Ueno-san wa yomimasen deshita. Okay. Nothing too big here. I think I'll add these onto this page. Walk, learn, understand, drink, hang it in there. Aruko, aruku. Manabu? Yeah. Ma. Na. Bu. I don't actually know. Um, I do know that there is a. Let's see here. 21. Supposedly, it will go through. All of this. So all of these are going to be words it goes over at some point. So it's quite a lot, and so it shows you the romaji, the katakana or hiragana, and the kanji. So I think it will go pretty deep into it. And when you get verbs, they give you the entire list of tenses. So I think it's pretty thorough, but yeah. And you can also, not that this one will help me right now, but you can search for the hiragana, and so you get an alphabetical list by hiragana and katakana for the entire thing. So yeah, it's pretty thorough. I don't actually. I imagine the Chinese is just as deep. Um, I don't actually remember. Yeah. So, yeah, it does go through quite a bit, and right now I'm only equated to a second grader, so I don't. I have no idea what the full depth of this thing is. But I might have to pick this up another day because I've been at this for a while. But thank you for hanging out with me through this one, through this day. Um, yeah, I'll probably just pick this up tomorrow and continue out where I left off. But yeah, you got a quick look at Japanese lesson if you want to replay this in slow motion or something, half speed. You'll be able to do quite a lot. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you around tomorrow, I guess, when I pick up where I left off. All right, I'll see you around. Bye.